Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Depends on what country or what town are you listening to this show, or whatever country are you going to watching this show. This show basically is for the drivers who are driving children to school. So they call it bus drivers, and especially it's for people who inside the bus with the drivers. They call it attendants. Some people call it escort. They call it matron. Today it is very important, guys, to have those shows on Facebook for everyone who wants to be school bus workers in New York State. They have some rules and regulation for you guys. You have to know and you have to follow. You have some procedure. You have a certain regulation. You have to know and put them in place just before, after, and while you are performing your duty as a school bus workers. Once again, my name is Alex Calixte. We are on the third refresher. This is the most important part of our refresher, where, guys, you're gonna have to learn about so many shit in the school bus industry, and some of them you have to learn them by heart. Some of them you have to deal with them every day. Some of them you have to deal with them every second. Most important thing in the school bus industry, while you are performing your job, anything happening inside a school bus, you have to make a report. You need to make a report. When you have to make the report, as soon as possible, you have to stop the bus and you have to dispatch, contacting the company, the base, your dispatchers, and they will instruct you what to do. And soon you get off the bus, you finish your route, you have to do the report. So this refresher is good for you guys. If you just come in the school bus industry, if you're going to start today in the school bus industry, especially in the 5 boroughs in New York City, this is certain thing you're going to face them. You have to deal with them. We might be on different company. You might be different company. You might be different union. But think about it. If you're not working for a private institution out there, or company, or vendor, even that they private, you might be working under Board of Education of New York City, because you have to be certified. You have to be certified for you to drive children, or to drive a couple of children in the school bus industry. I was about to show you my certification card as a school bus workers in the school bus industry. It's there with me, and even this is an old card. This is an old card for so long. They don't use this card anymore, the certification from Board of Education. They use a new card. The new card is there. I have to go deeply and look for it. The new card do not have no picture. Okay, this is my license. This is how the license is in the school bus industry, commercial driver license. And this is the Board of Education certification. The Board of certification. Before you certify, they have to run a 5-county background check, guys, from the FBI, so to see if you're not a criminal. But let's stay on the shit you have to know in the school bus industry, guys. Most of you don't pay attention when they give you the package. It might be different on different company. The company I work for, the company give me my envelope seal with the route number on it. The route number, I'm going to cover the route, and we call it sheet. The route sheet. The route sheet for my company look like this. If you're driving the general ed, if you're driving special ed, you will have another sheet. Not this sheet, but another sheet. Me, I'm a driver with special ed, and this is the sheet I have. Okay? You have so many sheets. You have to deal with it, guys, in the envelope. You have to know. Okay? You have to deal with those kind of shit. This shit, you might need it. The route sheet, you might need it when you have inspection from Board of Education. You have the documentation sheet. All of us have a documentation sheet. So when you go and do your drive route, you have to fill it out and give it to the dispatcher to put it in the system. They will know how is it out there. So when, what time, if everybody goes, you have to put it there. It's a tricky sheet. I'm not here to show you the tricky in the school bus industry, but it is a tricky sheet for those guys who've been there for a long period of time. You understand exactly what I'm telling you, what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, let me give you a couple of names of a lot of sheets you will have to face with them. And you have to. Some of them you have to know them by heart. Okay. You have more than 18 sheets you have to deal with. Up to 20 sheets to deal in the school bus industry. Okay. The first sheet is pre and post trip monthly report sheet. I'm going to show it right there. Every company out there, they are different. But you guys, if you're from the company I from, I am not doing no advertising for no company, guys. So you have this sheet, you have to know how to fill it out. Okay? This sheet, they call it mileage sheet. You could call it mileage sheet. Okay? So you have to have it. It's called pre and post monthly sheet. Okay? This sheet, you have to know it. You have to fill it out, bus number, mileage, and date. If they have defect on the bus, you have to mark. If you have defect on it, mileage you start, your signature, post trip, yes or no signature, ending mileage, you have to put the ending mileage. There is another sheet called no food or drink allowed in the bus. Let me show it to you right now, and you will know it, guys. Right here. No food drinking allowed in the bus. I'm going to try to go fast, guys, and you see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? You have to post this in the bus. There is a sheet called monthly consecutive hour on duty sheet. You have to fill this out. Even you work for 12 hours, you have to fill it out. You have to know the time you're on duty, the time you're off duty, driving hours, bus number, route number. If you work in Bronx and Queens, you have to fill it out. Almost every day until the month is finished. Okay? Driver attendance and telephone sheet. You have to fill this sheet out to put your address and your telephone number. Attendants and drivers, and you give it to the base in case they want to contacting you. This sheet, I put this sheet into my company since I started. I took this shit from another company. I was working for this company and I bought this shit to this company. Since that they use it, they call it left and right shit. When you're doing your route for the first time, you have to do it and return it to the base in case you are not coming to work. And if you're driving special ed, the special ed mostly needed escort needed to do left and right. Left starting from the base, from the company, and all the way up at least to the school. Morning and the afternoon. Okay. You have this shit calling school bus driver 5 minutes daily work around and inside safety check. This is a part of the pre-trip inspection, guys. You have to check the bus, you have to check under the exhaust system, the tire, the wheels, all lights, the windshield wipers, the engine compartment, outside, inside. You have the stop arm, you have to check everything. That's daily working around the bus to check. They give you everything you have to check on the bus. This is one of the important shit, guys. We're gonna have to talk about it separately, but I'm gonna show it to you. This vehicle has been checked for sleeping children. That's very dangerous, guys. You know that. This shit, and we're gonna have to talk separately about this and the other show coming on the fourth show. Okay? We're talking about the shit you have to pay attention about. Bus rules and regulation. Bus rules and regulation. If you eat on the bus and get sick, you must clean the mess. You're not allowed. You have to give this or post this in the bus. You have to learn this. No eating on the bus, drinking on the bus. No eating, no drinking on the bus. Shit. Okay. This is one of the important shit, guys, you have to know. Suggest OPT inspection checklist for drivers. Every day, this is what you have to check on the bus for your pre-trip inspection. You have to pre-trip your bus. It's mandatorily date in the morning, in the midday. If you come out a trip, if you're going to do your route on the afternoon, after the route in the bus, you have to check the bus. Okay, you have to check the headline, if it's working, working lens and housing, intake, trails light working, lens and outside intact, flashlight working, lens and housing intact. What you see, directional signal, all of those stuff, you have to check them. We're gonna have to come separately when I come into inspection. Just now I am telling you the shit the company give you, you have to go inside them and learn them and check them out. Don't just put them there. It is very important. This is another shit to handle it to the parents. Dear parents, please discuss safety rules list below with your children. Following these simple rules will make transporting your child safe and happier or everyone concerned. So there is a couple of rules parents have to discuss things with the children not to do on the bus. This is very important shit too, because guys, that's why I'm telling you, the company you might be working, they might not give it to you. But if they do give it to you, you have to listen, you handle it, you follow them, you fill them out. It is very important. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. It takes you 9 seconds to walk the length of your school bus to check for sleeping children. It is very important, guys. This shit. You see, they show you it's a 9 second walking on the bus to check this situation we're going to have to talk to it. And I think when we go deeply inside, refresher to remind you what could be happen to you if you left a child behind in the bus. That's it's you're gonna pay a big sequence about leaving a child, because they guide you. It take you 9 seconds to walk inside the bus. They even do certain things for you to remember to go and check the bus. That's why when it's happening, this shit telling you exactly what could be happening to you if you left. You see sleeping children side. You see it's right here. It's very important, guys. That's why you have the side of this bus. There is no children sleeping in the bus. Sleepy sign. You have to take it off before you picked it up. Any kids, and after you picked up, you drop in children, the last child in the bus, you get it and you go and put it there. There is no way if you're going to put the sign. You're going to see it in a real inspection. Bus damage sheets. They give you two. They give you a big bus and they give you a small bus. When you just come, just now, for the first day you're going to work, you have to pre-chip your bus, right? And this is the sheet you're going to check if there is a scratch, if there is damage in the bus for the first time. Okay? And anytime you pack your bus, you see damage on it, you have to go and let the dispatcher know, especially those guys who's dying to driving brand new bus. This is the shit when you just start, and you're gonna have to check all of those graffiti inside, outside, cracking windshield. The bus have a damage, small bus or big bus. You have to do it. It's very important. I'm telling you, it might be different for your company, but my company, you have to do it. This is another sheet that's very important that allowed you escort attendants, whatever you call it, and drivers. You have to give your number, your address. Not only the company, your union too. You have to call your union 1111 to give your number if you change your address. This is another very important sheet in the school bus industry. This sheet is medical alert sheet. Okay, handicap code. A long time ago, they give it to you on different sheet, but now they give it in one sheet. Special education vehicle capacity is right there. Alternative wheelchair. You see, alternative no wheelchair, ramp wagon, and minivan, hydraulic lift, hydraulic lift. Okay, standard bust. They talk about all of those stuff. Medical alert code, they give it to you. And over here, handicap code. That's very, very important if you transporting special ed in New York City. You have to know all of those codes. Soon they give you the sheet and the code directing you what kind of child, what kind of children in the bus you're dealing with, to be careful, to pay attention the way they behave. Guys, this is all of those shit myself I have to deal with, and some of them it's every day, it's daily, and I have to return it monthly, and some of them I have to go all over, like every day, like when you're doing pre-trip inspection. We're gonna come with a pre-trip inspection. The whole timer we know about pre-trip inspection. And guys, when we're having refresher, the company don't go through all of those shit with you. But me, every year, especially the newcomers, I go through all of those shit and come in and explain it to you exactly how you have to be careful, how you have to do certain things. The refresher, the company give it to you mostly they talk about what could affecting them. You also, what could affecting you. They give you a refresher basing on children, how to pick them up, how to drop them up. They give you training on handicapped kids. Do not drop him off if you don't see the parents, if you don't see somebody to pick them up. Only if they have authorization, the permission slip, that's the way they call it in the school bus industry. So mostly the company train you about the attitude in the school bus. It's very important. Attitude in the school bus industry, from parents, from an escort, from children, from the teachers, mostly from parents. The company teach you about picking up children on time, dropping them on time. The company teach you about the GPS. The company teaching you and give you refresher if you go into late from a school. You have to call them at least 20 minutes in advance, 15-20 minutes, to let them know you are going to be late. The company train you about anything happen in the bus. You have to document it, those problems in the bus. Do a report. Don't wait until the next day to do the report. Do it the same day. The company teaching you about the incident happened in the bus. The accident happened on the street. Okay? While you're driving, of course, the company teaching you about the accident you might be doing in the bus. Don't hit someone and wound. When you make the turn, left turn, either the right turn, you have to be careful. You have to go slow, especially when pedestrians are crossing the street with the light, and they have the light. Mostly they're teaching you to be careful, because that might be a big lawsuit from them, and it might be a suspension from you guys. They're teaching you about the suspension. They don't saying how they could talk about the suspension, but of it is doing left and right. That's taking you 8 months to reinstate you. They do refresher about that. Okay? About how you driving. Okay? How to not talking on the phone while you driving children. They care about that. They care about their pocket. But they do not take time the way I come and teach you about every single shit. The company teach you, give you refresher this year about the uniform. They give you refresher about the board of the GPS. They give you training how to make sure you operate their bus. If there is a defect, you have to call and let them know. And if you don't, that's when you're going to take. This year, and almost every year, they do not refresh you how much money you will get paid, how much money they have to pay you. But they always telling you certain things to upset you at the beginning of the school year. Guys, once again, I will come back to pick up certain shit over here, and we will talk about it. Feel free, 516-871-77. If you have questions, I am not an official of Board of Education. I am not an official of the company I work for. Not even our Union 1111. I might saying I am an advocate and I love what I'm doing. Helping others, even some of you guys out there, you do not appreciate it. But I have someone who appreciates it. When I give help, it's only God. So feel free, you could call me at 516-871-7758. This year, we are about to get together and maybe to have a good organization out there between a whole of those ethnic groups in the school bus industry to help each other, to understand us, especially when we have problems in the school bus industry, when we have a death on our family, when we get suspended, when we sick. We need that in the school bus industry for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for the new year. We need that when we get together and cooperate and socialize together. It will be good for us. People will following us and people will show us more respect in New York City in the school bus industry. Stay tuned for the next part. Will be certain shit. We will go individually and explain how to be careful about those shit, what those shit explain you exactly in the school bus industry, what could be happen to you in a second in the school bus industry if you do not follow what those shit saying exactly, especially the sleeping shit, especially the pre-trip inspection. If you pre-trip inspection your bus every single days, if both of it stop you on the street, of course, you might have an electronic problems while you're driving out there. This is not your fault because you inspect your bus. But certain things like fire extinguisher, like triangle, any other else like the bench ripped up, or graffiti, or the dome light is not working. I know this is electric, but guys, you have to know exactly. If you check it every single days, you might not have violations. I will also have to come in for a long period of time. I'm looking for those shit where they have the violation fee, how much you have to pay. And finally, somebody put it out there. So we're going to have to copy all of those penalties and violation, how much you have to pay. Those company out there, especially the company I work for, cracking on uniform. If they give you uniform, you have to put the uniform. I'm going to have to come and talk to it, guys. Peace and love. Wait for the next show. Okay? Bye-bye, everyone.